Hello, keepers. So this is going to be a slightly different video than what I usually put out, just because we had a little adventure the other day, and things were a little different. A few things not expected, and I really want to share this with you. So, with all that being said, let's go. Mike the Bee, the music. So like I said, we had a little adventure the other day. We were actually celebrating, me and my partner, we were celebrating our 7th anniversary together. So like most couples, we decide to go do something to kind of commemorate the day. And so my partner asked me to make reservations for Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, which is my favorite theme park out of the Walt Disney World theme park. So of course, I had no problem, made them right away. Great, wonderful, we have a plan. So, the day started out like a normal day. We went, got dressed, we went to the park, and I kind of had a few things, on my list that I really kind of wanted to do because there's a lot going on right now. At Disney's Animal Kingdom, you have kind of the revamp going on of Dinoland has started. They've already gotten rid of the Chester and Hester area. It's going to be the new Encanto attraction in the near future. And then, of course, there was the announcement of like the Bugs Life. The Bugs Life Theater is going to be transformed into a Zootopia Together Zoo Ever 4D attraction. We decided to go do Tough to Be a Bug, which is under the Tree of Life first thing. Like I said, this was announced as going away. Your last chance to see the show, I believe, is March 16th. So if you're in the area, you want to get one more viewing of this show in before it's closing, you have until March 16th, and then that's it. It's going away, and then they're bringing us a brand new show in that theater, Zootopia. And we don't have a whole lot of information on the new show as far as like what the story is going to be and what we're going to encounter. We just know we're getting something new, which honestly it's kind of overdue. There's a lot of stuff online, that Disney World just does not get a lot of new stuff as much as other Disney parks around the world. So to me, I'm very excited for this. I know I love Tough to Be a Bug. It's a very cute show. I wouldn't mind, an update to that show, but I also am very excited that we're getting a brand new show, and it's going to include the Zootopia characters that everybody kind of knows and loves anyway. So we did go see the Tough to Be a Bug, the whole 3D experience, and everything that show encompasses, the kind of humor and education as far as bugs in general, and why you should probably be a little bit more cautious and careful with them. So we did that. Gonna miss it. I'll probably try to get out there one more time at least to get a better kind of in-depth look at the show before it closes, but we shall see. So after the show, we made our way over to the Asia section because over in the Jungle Trek walking path, there is a new addition. They have a brand new tiger cub. His name is Basko. He became internet famous before released into the Jungle Trek. So they did some lives and different things of him in his backstage kind of area that you could see see his progressions and stuff. But he is now out on the actual trek for certain hours of the day. Taking it in and exploring his new habitat, his new surroundings. We were able to catch him with his mother as we got there. Apparently, we actually got there just in time because I did overhear the cast member saying it is kind of close to time that we take them backstage. So I'm kind of glad we went when we did because we did get a moment to see him just kind of exploring and just being a kid. We did learn that he currently is 5 months old. So he is still very, very young, but he's very active. He looks very healthy. I know they take very good care of their animals at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So it's just it's kind of fun because we were there. If you remember, years ago, there were two tiger cubs that were born at the same enclosure, and we were there for that. We actually watched them grow up. We went there quite often, and we did visit the tiger clubs and just kind of watched their progression into adult tigers. So we kind of get to do this again with Basko. So that's very, very exciting. So I'm very glad we got the opportunity. So after we left Asia, we were making our way over to Africa to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch. So for those of you who don't know, okay, so a lot of people think the Animal Kingdom is a half-day park. That is not true. It is not a half-day park. There is a lot to see and do there, and if you engage in all the things that park offers, you're gonna have to take more than a day to experience everything. Trust me. If you're just there for the attractions, and like the highlights, yeah, you can get that done in a couple hours, no problem. But the point of this park is to explore. So we were going to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch. You have to take the Wildlife Express train. There is a train in this park. If you don't know about the train, you're really not exploring this park. But it takes you out to Rafiki's Planet Watch. There is like a drawing class out there now. It's also where the hospital is. If you get there super early in the morning, you can usually see them doing something, usually with an animal. It's not guaranteed, but more than likely you'll see like a checkup. You might see something more intense. Who knows? But we go for the affection section. This is where you get to meet mostly goats, but there are sheep, pigs, donkeys, cows, sometimes other kind of random animals thrown in there. But you can go up, you can pet them. Of course, there are signs that kind of guide you how to do it correctly and safely for you and the animal. So make sure you just kind of follow those rules. Don't forget to wash your hands before you leave. But we go mainly because my partner Will, he is a retired Navy chief, and so the Navy in general has an affection for the goat. There is a long history. I'm not going to tell you it right now because I don't remember the whole story. You can look it up. It is very, very interesting if you like stuff like that. If you're in the Navy, you know somebody in the Navy, you probably already know the history of the goat connection to the Navy itself. So we go for the goats mainly. While we were there, we did unfortunately get some not so great news. At the affection section at Rafiki's Planet Watch, there was a pig by the name of Miss Charlotte May. Miss Charlotte May was the inspiration behind Pua, which is in Moana and now Moana 2. She is a Kuni Kuni pig, and we learned of her passing. She apparently passed roughly a week ago, which I believe was February 18th. But she has lived a fulfilling life at Rafiki's Planet Watch in the affection section. The cast member that we were talking to and kind of informed us of her passing because we were looking for her. You could tell, she was very attached to not only Miss Charlotte May, but the other animals as well. And this is what I love about this park too. These cast members, they really do care for these animals. They get really, really good care. I know it's an enclosure still. They're not out in the actual wild, but where they are, I mean, I would want to be there. If I was one of these animals, I would definitely want to be there. She actually joked too that they are on the Disney health plan, which I know is a very good health plan. That was kind of like a little like, oh no, because she was one of the ones I like to visit just because of her star status. It was just very fun that we got to see an actual Disney star, in person and get to pet her. And, now she has moved on to greener pastures. So it was bittersweet because we know how well they are cared for there. But, it is always sad to hear of one of these animals passing. We have had a lot of animals hearing of their passing at Animal Kingdom because we do go there quite often. And again, it's bittersweet because it's like, oh no, they have moved on. But we know the type of care that they get at this park and how much they are loved and taken care of. So we know they were in good hands. We know they had a good life. And so just, rest in peace, Miss Charlotte. Okay, so before we even went to Rafiki's Planet Watch, what was the moment? Was the unexpected, slightly expected moment that happened. Me and my partner, we've been together for 7 years. People kept asking, like, are we married? Are we getting married? Like, what's the plan? We never really discussed it. And so one day, my partner, he did ask me. He's like, so would you want to get married? And so with me, I've always wanted to get married. And I don't want to get married just to get married for married sake. I want that relationship. I want that connection. I want that partnership. And so with my partner, Will, I have that. Like it's more than anything I think I've ever could ask for. Like it's amazing. There's a lot of stuff out in different social medias that this is what your life should be. This is what it should look like. And it's just funny because when you get into the real world, that's not what it is at all. It's not that at all. So trying to instill the stuff that is kind of pushed at you, that this is what you should be, this is what you should look like, this is how you should act, it becomes difficult and it becomes frustrating. And a lot of people I notice have a difficult time making connections, forming relationships, and keeping them because of that. When I met Will 7 years ago, really quickly, so we met on an app. We were chatting on an app, and I had gotten out of a relationship not too long before that. That was just horrible. Was with this person less than a year. He was just horrible. It was like, this isn't for me. You gotta go. So I decided I need time for myself. I'm not going to date anybody. I'm not going to look for, a relationship, whatever. I'm not a serial dater either. Like, I don't have to be in a relationship all the time. So that was it. Like, I changed all my profiles and I was like, just looking for friends. So yeah, so we were chatting on this app, and Will kind of put out the same thing. He was just looking for friends. He wasn't looking for anything like serious, just somebody to meet up with, hang out with, that sort of thing. So I was like, all right, great. Maybe we should actually meet then. So we decided to meet for coffee. We found a Starbucks that was kind of in between mutually where we both were living at the time, just to meet up. And so at the time, Will did travel a lot for work, mostly to Texas. So he's like, I'm going to be gone this week for work, but I'm coming back on this day. I can meet you that evening if you're available. It was actually my day off. So we made that, okay, great, we have a plan, right? So he ended up double booking. So he told his niece and his mother, he does take care of his mother, that he would meet them for dinner that evening when he came back from Texas. Well, it was supposed to be early enough that, he could do that, and then he would come over to the Starbucks and meet with me. Well, things happen. So dinner got pushed back a little later. He sent me a text. He explained everything to me. He's like, not ghosting you. I'm not that type of person. He's like, I will be there. It's just going to be later. And I had nothing else to do. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm here. So then, of course, he sends me a text and he's like, so here's the other issue. I have my mother with me. I do take care of her. I believe we talked about that. We did. He's like, so I can either take her home, which is going to put me another hour before I can get to Starbucks, or I can come and meet you with her. And so I was like, we're meeting for coffee. We're meeting as friends. This isn't a date. Like, whatever. Just, don't want to inconvenience you. Things happen, right? So just bring her with you. So he did. So we met, and I actually ended up talking to his mother more than I did him. But yeah, like it was a very good meeting. It went over very well, and we decided, okay, great. Like let's meet up again. Let's try not to have, our parents or anybody with us, just so we can talk and, you know, whatever. Cool. So 7 years later, we are still having this conversation. So we went to Animal Kingdom that day and talked about the whole marriage thing, and I would like to get married. He said that he would like to get married. Okay. We did go and find me a ring. I do like the bling. I do. I'm not extremely blingy, if you will. Usually if you see me in the theme park, I'll probably, if I'm not wearing a hat, I have color in my hair, I have some glitter in my hair. Might have some other something, but you know, it's not like over the top crazy. At least I don't think so. But I was kind of like, okay, I wouldn't mind a ring with, you know, some sparkle in it. So he had discussed, and he had said that he was fine with, like, you know, the new silicone rings, like just something, nothing crazy, something plain, you know. He was thinking more like, you know, at work, I'm not supposed to wear anything with, like, you know, jewels in it, or, you know, inscriptions or anything. So he's like, it can be a plain band, it's something you can wear to work. And I was like, I still want something with a little bling in it, right? So Christmas time, we were at Disney Springs doing the Christmas tree stroll. One of the places where you pick up the map of the button was the It's About Time jewelry store. I think that's what it's called. It's in the town center, right next, like in the main like section. We went in there because Will messed up his map for the Christmas tree stroll, and he wanted a new map. So we went in there. And he's like, well, while we're in here, let's look at rings. And I'm like, oh, okay. They had this special collection of rings in the shop, and I fell in love with one of the rings and was like, this is really nice. You know, tried it on the finger that it fit at the time, and it's a really nice ring. So we left, you know, did our thing, whatever. A couple months later, we had some friends that showed up. We were at Disney Springs. He took his friend in to look at the ring. She came out, told me I was spoiled. I said, I know. We went about our day. And I believe he bought the ring that night. We're back at Animal Kingdom, our 7-year anniversary, just celebrating the day together. And we went to one of the spots that I love, that it's just so picturesque in this park. It's beautiful. It's a picture spot. Sometimes they have a PhotoPass photographer in this spot. They did not this day, of course. So we went down. I thought, that's fine. I'll get some B-roll, and, you know, if you want to take a picture, we'll take a selfie or something. There was a box there they had, like, if you want to set your stuff on it, whatever. I was like, we can put the timer on the camera, like, whatever you want to do. So as I'm doing B-roll, this other lady walks down, and Will walks up to her with his phone. So I'm like, oh, I guess we're taking a picture. She asked, well, do you want it left on that? Or, you know, and I guess he had it on video. Okay, so I, you know, turn around and get ready to take a picture, and he tells me to hold on. So he gets out he has two phones. He has a work phone and, of course, his personal phone. So he gets out his other phone. He starts reading kind of like this little speech he prepared. Just how our life has been wonderful, and yeah, we really do complete each other. And I mean, it's all this cliche stuff in a way, but it's true. And it was very, very nice. And then, of course, he gets down on one knee, Tree of Life in the background. The sun was starting to come out a little bit, and asked if I would marry him. And I was like,
no.
oh.
Way. Yeah.
I mean, yes, but so what he did not know, I had purchased a ring for him. So he talked about getting the silicone ring, and I was like, I kind of want to get him something nicer, but if that's what he wants, I don't want to get him something he doesn't want. And if he does want one, we can always look into one later. So for this moment, I was like, I'm going to get him a silicone ring, but I didn't want to get just a plain ring. Like, that's not my style. So I was looking, and so this company makes the silicone rings. They're very well known, and they made, you know, for all these different characters. Well, he's a sci-fi guy. He loves Star Trek, but he does like Star Wars. And one of his favorite characters in Star Wars is R2-D2. So this company makes an R2-D2 silicone ring. If this isn't just the most perfect thing ever for him. So I did purchase it. It came in without a box. Was not expecting that. So I had to go online and get a box. And so the other fun fact about my partner is he loves strawberry. Anything strawberry, it's him. He's like, if it's strawberry, it's for me. So I found this ring box. It's in the shape of a strawberry. And I was like, okay, like that's it, right? When he got down and he asked me the question,
will you marry me?
You know, I will marry you, but only if you will marry me. And that's when I got down on my knee, got out the box with his ring in it. So we have, of course, the pictures, and it was just, I know he was kind of taken aback by that. I know he wasn't expecting it. And so we each, you know, gave each other our rings, and we're engaged. We're engaged. We do have some plans as far as like how to celebrate, ceremony, all that good stuff. Which, you know, I may or may not share later on this channel. There it is. There's my ring. It's pretty. It's so pretty. I don't know if it'll focus. So we were trying to take a picture of this ring for my mother so she could see the stones and stuff. This ring is very hard to get a clear picture of because of the cut of the diamond in the middle. That was like the big, like, I wasn't expecting it. I was, but I wasn't. And it was perfect. So we did it. We had our moment. We were both glowing from it. Yes. And so we were like, you know what? Let's go ride the safari. We got to see, of course, you know, the animals on the safari. There were quite a few that were missing. I think it was because it was towards the end of the day. But we did get to see the new lions. So there is a new lion pride on the safari. The other lion pride has been retired. They've been sent to a sanctuary to live out the rest of their days. So they're doing well. But there is a new lion pride on the safari. So if you get a chance to ride or take a ride on the safari, you will see the new pride, which we got to see. So that was very, very exciting. So our day at Animal Kingdom was wrapping up. We took some more pictures in front of the Tree of Life before we left. And then we decided to pop over to Disney Springs to get a bite to eat and probably do some shopping. So we did go to Eat. Eat is an Indian kind of quick serve-ish type restaurant. It's very good though. It's so delicious. The chef I know is very well known. I believe she's from one of the Food Network shows. She's known as the Spice Queen, so she takes the different spices known throughout India and infuses them into her food. And her food is amazing. If you have not eaten at Eat, you like or love Indian food, you need to check them out when you're there because it's amazing. We love it. We go there often. So that's where we went for dinner. Afterwards, of course, we were just doing some shopping. We stopped into the Lego store again. It's like one of our normal stops. While we were there, the associate had seen we had our buttons on. She asked if we had made a minifigure. Why would we make a minifigure? And she's like, well, you get a free minifigure for your engagement. And we're like, what? So we don't know if this was a magical moment. We don't know if this is just a thing Lego does, but we got to do it. It was really, really cute, really fun. And now we have these 2 minifigures to commemorate this special day. Which is now part of our Lego collection. There wasn't really a whole lot of pieces to choose from when we were there. So we kind of took what they had and just kind of put, you know, 2 figures together. But they're so cute. They still kind of resemble us, I guess. So yeah, that was fun. Finally, we had such an amazing day. We decided to stop into Amaret's Pastry to get some sweet treats. Before we headed out, we did get a few things that we had gotten before. And then, of course, I think we got at least one new thing, but we had to get a few things from there. We just love their pastries. They're very beautiful. They're very nicely done. And they taste really, really good. Well, guys, that's going to do it. That was our amazing day celebrating our 7th anniversary at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. And now we're engaged. So I'm just gonna go and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day here in Central Florida. As always, guys, thank you so much for following along on these little adventures of mine. And as always, I am Mike the Bee. You never know where I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna be. You be too. I'll see you guys later. Bye.